I can. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you roundy and clear. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to episode 15 of the That's So Haraam podcast with me, Kevin Gakere. Rakba is not here because we forgot to record an intro and I want to edit this podcast and have it out. So to hell with all of that, enjoy this week's episode and toodles! These three videos of the Nikki girl on my Twitter, they're of a Kenyan. There's this Kenyan porn star who's very big on Twitter.
I still can't get over why people post their nude photos on Twitter. Twitter seems like such a professional site. Like it's there to get information on like serious things. I don't know. Maybe it's because I use it to literally. I follow the news on Twitter. So for me, if I'm going to on Twitter, it's just serious stuff. Because also I mostly use it for work, but a bit of banter here and there. But it's never like that dark. Twitter, or it's just Twitter after dark, or it's just generally that's what Twitter is.
Twitter has everything. Twitter has everything. Let me tell you, the amount of porn that's on Twitter is ridiculous.
You'll have like a whole other site for that. Sites rather.
I don't know, but for some reason there's a lot of porn on Twitter. A lot of it ain't not censored at all. Like, have you ever heard of OnlyFans?
Yeah, I've ever heard of OnlyFans.
Do you mind explaining to the audience what OnlyFans is?
I have never been on it, so I don't know.
You don't need
I don't know how it works or whatever.
No,
but
what's your
from what people have been saying online, because of late I've been seeing a lot of people asking, if you're a girl and you're not on OnlyFans, what do you do? So many people on that thread were saying they're trying to figure out how to join OnlyFans, but without their family and friends finding out that it's them.
So what is your understanding of OnlyFans, Rahma Ramadan?
It's basically like a personalized on-site.
Personalized?
Yes. Like they have the control of whatever they put on it. It's like, I think people subscribe to your content or something like that, right?
I like how politically I like how politically correct you should be. OnlyFans is where people sell their nudes, plain and simple.
Oh, okay.
Plain and simple. Okay, it started off as people selling their nudes there. Then now the people who then the entrance of celebrities who are not actually gonna show their naked selves on there. Like it kind of changed the whole thing. But OnlyFans initially was mainly for women to get control because the porn industry is extremely toxic. You have agents where you have to do scenes that you don't really want to, so in OnlyFans you have complete control. It's like YouTube but now with a lot of nudes, so you can put your nudes on there, you can do your live shows and whatever, and people subscribe to you. A subscription is like $5 and above. Some if just $20, $100 a month. It's all you. Yeah, so that's what an OnlyFans is, and it's come to be such a revolution because so many girls are on OnlyFans. So many people are on OnlyFans, and by then nowadays it's not just selling porn like mindless porn. Like say if I'm trying to see if I can make some little bit of money on the side, I could start doing nude shoots of me nude and the person nude. We're taking some pictures, and then I could also be teaching for photography through that.
Oh wow, okay. I didn't know that.
So on Twitter you're finding a lot of girls promoting their OnlyFans. There are actually very many OnlyFans threads, and man, we stopped and now we are back to starting a conversation without involving our audience. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to this week's episode of the That's So Haram podcast. We are glad to have you here with us. Are you glad to have them here with us, Rakma? Your face just doesn't look very glad.
No, you know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about these people who post nude photos on Twitter. And so, one, of course, there are people out there who follow them and they know them in real life.
And
How do you relate
they have a
to
huge following by them.
And yes, and you have a huge following. How do you relate to that person when you've seen them outside like that?
I
And
guess
then the people retweet their photos. I mean, a retweet, everyone that you follow sees it. It's pretty much public.
Yeah.
Yeah, because before we started recording the podcast, you had screen shared and we were looking at things on Twitter, and it was just on your timeline, and I think one of your followers had retweeted a nude photo. I mean, you pretty much know this person.
Nude photo. It was a nude video actually.
Oh, okay. I didn't see the picture, but yeah, thank God I didn't see that. But then
I scrolled fast. Because I was like, I don't want to ruin Rahma's poor innocent head. You know.
This person. So how the hell is a person comfortable with retweeting these things in public? I mean, if they wanted, they could see them, but retweeting them? Wow.
For some of them, it's actually promotion. By the way, for some of them, it's actually promotion. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, it just boils down to your, like, I don't want to say morals, your personal beliefs, because like I'm sure for someone like you, Rahma, you cannot imagine having your nudes out there. That one is something that you really can't imagine. But for other women, especially in this day and age of with women empowerment and stuff like that, and I'm not trying to poke at the feminists who are listening to this podcast. Believe me, I'm not. But it's just a fact. With the coming of the women empowerment in this day and age, there is more acceptance of women embracing their bodies and who they are,
Yeah.
and showing off their bodies and stuff like that, which I think sometimes has gone to an extreme, because I was showing you a 15-year-old girl on TikTok, pretty famous girl on TikTok, how she was dressed. I'm I'm not gonna lie. I was a bit uncomfortable with it, because she was sports brand, like, and all that. That's just for 15-year-olds. Nah. That's just not flying with me. And I'm gonna end my comments there, because I don't wanna get myself into trouble. So I'm just gonna leave it there. But
Yeah.
yeah. So in this day and age, there's so much of empowering yourself, and that's like even how OnlyFans grew so much, because many of these women took charge, and they're actually making money from their bodies, but in their own terms. You don't need to sleep with anybody that you don't want to. Unlike in the porn industry, where sometimes you would have to sleep with someone that you don't even know. It is wild. It is wild. But anyway, what a way to start this podcast.
I know, right?
What a way to start this podcast.
I bet everyone at this point is like, is this the That's a Haram podcast, or is it something else?
Now, it depends on who it is. If it's your people, they're like, what is this? If it's my people, they're like, hey,
who are my people? Please go ahead, explain who my people are.
Akina Maham herself and her boyfriend Peter.
Yeah, those are my people.
Yeah. So what a way to start the podcast, by the way. You know what? I'm gonna name this podcast Pornography and Twitter. Or nudity in Twitter. Clickbait manenos. What do you mean?
This is the point where everyone finds out that I'm not the one who does the naming of the podcast. So
let me tell you guys.
Let
me tell you guys. Rakma just shows up, by the Rakma just shows up, records, and her week is done. For me, my week is just getting started.
Oh, look at you playing me out there like I just show up for the podcast and sit down like nothing. I don't do anything else.
You just show up, look pretty, you are good for the thumbnail, and that's it.
Wow. Okay, yeah, this is why I quit. And I think we're going to end at episode 16. 15 rather. This is where it ends, ladies and gentlemen. Can't be a wallflower out
No, it
here.
does not. Yo, this is me getting payback for you for what you did to me on Sunday. I'm telling you, y'all guys went in on me. Oh man. So this is this is my payback. But yo, Rakma, I won't lie, you do look really nice, baby. You know, look at. I mean, if you are watching this on YouTube, man, you can see her. She has matched up. Uh, Rakma, stand up and show your outfit to the people. You know, all red.
No, they know I never disappoint. They know I always come correct. I look the
Ah,
all the time. I mean, you're not one to say there's nothing pleasant about what you wear a t-shirt every day. I mean, you barely iron it, first of all. Let's start from
you're
there.
such an asshole, Rakma.
I'm
You know
not even
that.
sure if you comb your hair. So really, what is that?
They can't see it though. They can't see it, so it's fine. I mean,
When they can't
even
see it, or they
even
can.
even if you're watching this on YouTube, like my skin is just too like my can't see. My hair is just too dark, so you can't see. But because I'm in the house, I mean, Rahma, again, guys, we are recording this at 9:30 p.m. and Rahma is here looking all fresh and just got her makeup done with a bottle that is oddly distracting. You know, but look at her. But look at her, guys. I mean, if you are watching this on YouTube, by the, red hijabi, red top and white white pinstriped half coat, Hey, Rahma, what's going on? What's going on? Are you? I think
Thank
yo.
you.
I think you took the conversation that we had on Sunday about that so haram Tinder very seriously. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be having that so haram
No,
Tinder, by the way.
oh no, guys, please,
So,
please, please.
so our
Let's not get it twisted.
our
This
first
is
commodity,
that's
our
haram
first
tender.
commodity is the lovely Rahma Ramadan. Sporting wine red hijabi, looking very cute and very light skinned as always, with her 12th pair of glasses because this girl has 18 pairs of glasses. We don't judge here, We see you, Rahma. We see you.
For everyone who's thinking that I'm doing this for our Tinder, quote unquote, there's nothing like that. No one is being pimped up over here.
That's so
It's just
haram
me.
Tinder.
This is I literally came from work, so this is just how I dress up on a regular work day.
Rahma, please, it's okay. You don't need to try and defend yourself by all means. Let me tell you, any place you want, even if you want to wear makeup and go to bed, who is stopping you? Who is telling
For
you?
everyone who's wondering what
Nobody.
we're talking about, we did a live on Sunday. And if you missed it, we saved it. So go ahead and check it out on our Instagram and you'll
That's
be
so
able to catch
haram.
up.
That's
And
so
you'll
that's
know what we're
that's so
talking about.
haram on the
You'll know
road.
what we're talking about. Yes, on
That's
the
so
road. Anyway, we had
we
fun.
did.
We really had
Okay,
fun. You guys
okay.
are just a lot of fun guys to hang out with.
Those guys were fun for you. Those guys were fun for you. Rakma is trying for some reason to try and entice you to go watch the video. Let me try and entice you a bit more. Every month we try and do an Instagram live up on our Instagram, of course. So if you guys don't follow us on Instagram on at Tatso Haram Podcast, you were slacking. So every month we do an Instagram live and we like to engage with you guys. So we throw some of you guys on live with us and we can have a conversation live. It's
Yeah.
pretty nice, pretty chill, small crowd. So this time for some weird reason, Rahma Ramadan decided to slander my name, to slander the good Kevin Karaoke Gakere Wajoji name. You decided to ruin it by saying things like I hate Mombasa or like I can't cook for some weird reason. So her people, who sadly are majority, they went in. They went in. But I won't lie, I did get some offers to be shown around Mombasa, which I know Mombasa pretty
Take
well. But
actually.
you know what?
Oh
It's all
no,
good.
you don't
It's
know
all
Mombasa
good.
very well. Please, let's not go there. Let's not go there.
It's so good. So if you guys wanna
Let's
check
not
out
go there.
Rahma's people, destroy me on there. Head over to our Instagram at That's the Haram Podcast. It is amongst the first videos there. Let's catch up. So if you are following us there, please follow us so that you may not miss the next Instagram live. And who knows, maybe we may put you, because let me tell you something. I don't wait for people to request me. I throw you on their live by force. So that we can have a conversation. Plus, I'm pretty nice, and yeah.
That's debatable, but yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yo, but guys, here's the funniest thing, yeah. So we kept on teasing what we were doing after. So let me just come out here and say it. I was teaching Rakma how to drive. Rakma had never driven before. I was teaching her how to drive. She was actually pretty good for a beginner, although I'd go to an open field. I mean, it is what it is. But Rakma,
Which is really good. Thank you.
Rakma, I must tell you, for a beginner who did not know where the brake and the accelerator was, you really got comfortable with the car quickly. So that was actually pretty good. So we may be putting those videos up on the That's So Haraam podcast Instagram.
I'm just going to ignore the fact that you insulted me and then continue to compliment me. But thank you very much.
How did I insult you, by the way? How did I insult you? Tell the people. Tell the people.
You're telling the people that I didn't know where the clutch and the accelerator and the brake was. That's a lie.
No, Rahma, come on. Rahma, come on. This is a safe space. This is a safe space. No, that is actually Rahma. I'm telling you, that's actually a compliment, because I was telling you, for somebody who did not know, to get that confident that quickly, like that just shows that you are a really fast runner. Because I won't lie, I have taught a few people how to drive. Some people say that I'm a pretty good teacher. You caught on pretty quickly. So now, next lesson, we shall now teach you how to reverse and stuff like that. So yeah, so Rahma, I wasn't
I
dissing
think
you.
that would be something else. For me, reversing would be something else. But sure. I'll update the people whether you're a good teacher or not. But as for now, it's still under consideration, the good teacher title.
You do realize that it's my car that's teaching you how to drive, right?
Yeah, it's fine. It's a car, but the instructor is still under examination. So
you do realize that might have been your first and your last lesson, right?
No, I don't think so.
The confidence in this girl, the cockiness in this girl, the cockiness. It's ridiculous. It is out of this world. Anyway, guys, I finally got to meet Rahma's grandmother. I finally got to meet her, by the way. And let me tell you guys something. Rahma is just mean. Rahma is just mean. Do you guys know that Rahma makes fun of me? The whole family, her mom, her dad, her brother, her grandmother, get together and just make fun of me during our Instagram lives.
You're exaggerating. You're exaggerating.
Like that is a family. That is a family bonding session, because throughout the week, Rahma is in her room the whole day working. Her grandmother has her business. Her brother is out. But once in a week, this is a family affair that brings the family together. They sit down and make some nice food and sit down as a family and laugh at Kevin Gakere.
You're exaggerating, but Rahma, it's usually my grandmother.
You do realize that your grandmother sold you out, yeah?
Sister.
Your grandmother sold you out.
She's the one who starts the conversation.
You do realize that, yeah?
She's the one who starts the conversation. So if there's any stone throwing to be done, it should be to my grandma, because
your grandmother,
laughs. She laughs at our lives.
I'm telling you, Rahma's grandmother, the first thing that she tells me is that who you named Totombaya. That's what she told me. And I'm more paraphrasing. She said, who you named Totombaya, you are Shinda Amekucheka too. For those of you guys living outside of the 254, or those who don't understand what I just said, Rahma's grandmother just told me, this is a bad child. She just spends her time laughing at you. Like, that's it.
Oh God!
Defend yourself, Rahma. Defend yourself.
Because she laughs. She really finds it so funny. She finds you hilarious. She's always laughing.
Don't try and compliment me. Don't don't try and pattern me up. That is not the main topic of this discussion, Rahma. You make fun of me with your whole family. I swear. You know
No,
what?
they
You know
start
what?
making fun of you, and I'm like, you guys, those are not nice things to say. That's my co-host. You guys shouldn't say that.
You're lying. You're lying. So, guys, anyway, I met Rahma's grandmother. She's super chill, by the way. You know what? The next episode, we should have me and Rahma's grandmother as my co-host. That would be interesting.
Oh, my grandma is such a sweetheart. Everyone who meets her really likes her, and she likes my people as well. If someone is important to me and they get to meet them, oh my God, they even become much better friends than I am with the person. This happens to me all the time with my grandma.
I think if it's happened to you on more than one occasion, I think that doesn't say much about your grandmother. It says more about you. I'm just saying.
And what's that? And what's
I'm
that?
just saying
What are you trying
that
to say?
you are a terrible friend. No. I'm not saying anything. I'm just throwing it
And
out
yet we're
there.
here
You know, huh?
14, 15 episodes, and yet we're here 15 episodes in, still going strong, but still I'm a terrible friend. Wow. Wow. Okay, no problem, no problem. Kevin, please tell us some of your worst financial decisions.
Hey, you are not going to change this topic, guys. Comment
No,
down below
I just did. I just
if you are Rahma's friend. If you are Rahma's friend, comment down below. If you are listening to this on YouTube, if you are listening to this on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Music, and mind you guys, by the way, if you guys have given us a 5-star rating and left a like on our previous episodes, then I don't know
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I do not know what you're doing, honestly. I do not know what you are doing. So, yeah, please drop a like, drop a comment, and let us know. Is Rahma a bad friend? Only the girls. If you are a guy, don't. The ladies, because the guys will just try and lie to you here and say, oh, no, Rahma, you are a sweetheart. Oh, Rahma, you are so beautiful. Nah. I want raw comments. I want raw comments,
No,
man.
my guy friends are actually very objective, so it's fine.
Are they objective? Are they objective, or do they objectify you? I think those two are very different things.
No, they're very objective.
We will leave it as we will leave it at objectifying you. So yeah.
All
anyway,
right.
anyway, anyway. I see where you were going with this, guys. On our previous episode, I think episode 13, money and clownery.
Yeah, yeah.
It was brought to my attention that I did not share that I did not share my worst financial decision, even though Rahma was very generic. Rahma, I keep telling you, by the I can't be the only one exposing myself on this podcast. Honestly, I cannot be the only one. By the end of this podcast, we need an expose of you, Sasa.
There's nothing to expose. I've just not clowned myself like that.
You do realize that me and you have been friends for almost 5 years now, 5 or 6 years.
I bet you there's nothing surprising that you can say about me in public.
you would think. You would think. Anyway, I want to talk about this because you guys really, really liked that previous episode because it was funny, and at the same time, you guys also got to learn a lot. Here's the thing. I would say this: stay away from mobile loans apps.
Oh,
I
you've
was in that
tried it.
trap. I have, and let me tell you,
Oh,
it's
no.
such a slippery
That's
slope.
a rabbit hole that you don't want to get into.
Huh?
That's a rabbit hole that you don't want to get into.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? I'm going to share my experience because I want each and every guys to learn from my mistakes and everything. Um, Let me tell you, it starts with I need to send someone money, but I don't have money. Let me just borrow. Guys. It got to a point where I actually owed like 40,000 bob on this mobile banking loan apps because here's the thing.
40.
Yeah, because here's the thing. That is somebody's salary, by the way. Here's the thing. You may end up going, what is mobile banking? What these mobile loan apps do is that they give you a false sense of security. They give you a false sense of having money. Yeah. So if you say you're meeting up with your friends, or say you don't have money. I mean, guys, we all, if you guys are working, we all have those days where it's maybe mid-month or towards the end of the month, and you haven't been paid yet, and things are a bit tight. But your friends, maybe those friends who work in the banks, who works at the banks, who are paid on the 25th, they are like, yo, let's meet up. You don't have money, but you'll end up going. Why? Because you can, I can just release a 5K up, I can just KCB, I'm sure 3K, and stuff like that. Let me tell you, it got to a point that I was so deep in that rabbit hole because I used to do that a lot. I would end up going to the bar. You get some alcohol in you, then you start feeling like you're the messiah, turning water into wine and giving money in exchange. So you end up doing that. You end up with that. By the end of the night, you are leaving the club. You are getting home. You are seeing that you spent 15,000 bob, and you're wondering what the hell. Yeah. So you get so much in that rabbit hole, and I won't lie. Like those things happen. I mean, and if you are in that rabbit hole, it's okay. Just work to get yourself out of it and make sure that you never have to go through that thing ever again, ever, ever, ever again. Yeah, so that's when.
Imagine, I think it's not okay. I really don't think it's okay.
Now, Rahma, there are some times when you may get you may get into a situation that you need the money, and you.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
for very essential, important reasons.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly,
So,
yeah.
like a drink with your friends, no, I don't think that warrants you taking a loan for it.
No, that's not what I'm saying, Rahma. I'm not
Okay.
saying that it warrants. I'm saying you need to get yourself out of it. Don't be too hard on yourself that you're in it. Just working yourself out of it and just try promise yourself that you will never get back in that situation ever again. Because let me tell you, it's a slippery slope. So that is where I was at. I did the mobile loan thing. I am up out of it. It took me a few months to get out of it and pay that whole loan, but I promised myself that I'd never do it again. So yeah.
Or how did you make yourself quit?
Adi?
What made you quit?
I
Like,
just
what was the
started.
point?
I just started accepting that if I have no money, I have no money. If I have no money, I have no money. If the girlfriend wants to be taken out and I have no money, come, I'll cook for you. Yeah. It's just accepting that sometimes you may not have money, and it's okay.
That's okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was definitely my worst financial decision. I promised myself that I'd never do it again. That was I think a year or so back or something like that. Yeah. So that was my worst financial decision. Rahma, me, I still want you to expose yourself on this podcast.
There's really nothing to expose.
Not visually though.
That wasn't even up for discussion. But really, there's nothing. I really don't think there's anything for me to expose. You're the one who's just always making bad decision. Case in point, Tala. Case in point. I think for me,
I actually never used Tala though. What?
What did you use? M-shwari.
Yeah, KCB. M-shwari is the worst, by the way. KCB, because let me tell you, the beauty of M-shwari, if you borrow once, you cannot borrow again. You can't.
Oh, okay.
And it's a bit of KCB M-shwari. You can borrow until your limit figures. You can borrow once, twice, thrice, fourth, five, blah 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 blah, until your limit figures. So it's not ideal. Okay. It's not ideal. Yeah.
For me, I really thank God for like the interest part, because of course I can't be involved in anything that attracts interest, either be it payment or be it as an investment. So for me, that has been like a major thing that has deterred me. Not even to say that I've ever thought about taking a loan, because gosh, I think I'd do every other thing in order to avoid borrowing whatever it is. You know, the way African mothers usually just frown upon borrowing everything, anything. I remember even when we were small kids, even when you came back home with a toy that didn't belong to you, oh my God, the beating that your mother is going to give you.
Yeah.
So for me, I think I tried that together with the fact that the interest that is haram. So for me, I was definitely going to stay away from this money lending apps and whatever loans and these other things. So I thank God. I mean, I thank God for being a Muslim at this point, really, and for my mother's teaching.
Yeah, I think at this point I may actually want to convert to be Muslim again.
Again, you wanted to live the time when you became or you were considering.
Yeah. And yeah, I think I mentioned that on episode I don't know, I think maybe episode 10 or something.
Okay.
Yo, let me tell you, right now these episodes are so many that I can't keep up. Honestly. that is like a subtle flex, you know.
Yes. Imagine. Oh God.
Yo, I was on Twitter today, yeah. Okay, like I won't lie. I was on Twitter just before this podcast. And I saw my main man, Senator of Narok, Ledama Olekina, advocating for legalization of marijuana in this country. Discuss.
But Ken Okoth, the late Ken Okoth, did really advocate for it.
Yeah. Yes.
Way before he was diagnosed with cancer, he died of cancer. Ken Okoth was a member of parliament of a constituency in Nairobi. So he died of cancer even way before he was diagnosed with cancer. He was advocating for the legalization of marijuana, particularly for medical purposes. But also, he said, if at all, borrowing from countries that have done this before and actually their economies have grown from it, if you actually put in laws in regulating the market straight away from planting all the way to the sale and the use of it, a country can actually benefit economically from it.
Yeah, but as we are speaking, I want to Google how much has US made from legalization of marijuana.
Oh, there's
Because
this. It reminds me of this documentary of Netflix. It's called The Business of Drugs. So they look at how drugs are made and how drugs are sold, the market for it, and how it's transported in different countries. And for each drug, they look at the countries that are involved in majorly distribution, production, and the markets. So for marijuana, they looked at California. Oh my God, those guys are really, really making money. Like guys have invested heavily in greenhouses, green homes, and also just growing in a natural habitat. So they show you the dynamics around that, and also they show you how the country has been able um, to control it because they put on very hefty taxes, hefty taxation, and they control how much in cash that you can have. So no matter how big your business is, if you're involved in cannabis, you can only deal with cash. So imagine the inconveniences of having to deal with cash in a world where everything is just going cashless. So
it is
there are
not
a lot of
inconvenient at all.
imagine it is because it's a very huge barrier to entry, as they were putting it, because you have to think about how you're going to in terms of cash flow, how you're going to store this money, how you're going to keep it still running into the business. I mean, with a lot of taxes, you have to structure your business in a way that you will still make profit. And if you watch the documentary, a lot of them say they're barely making profit, really. They're barely making profit.
Nah. I would beg to differ. Yeah? I was watching this. I was watching this episode of John Oliver. It's called. I don't know if any of you guys watch John Oliver. He has a show on HBO. Yeah. So they had broken down the aspect of marijuana legalization. Yeah. And here's the thing. Yes, there is a lot of fight between federal law and the other law. Rahma, there is in the US there's federal law and what other type of law, Madam Lawyer?
What?
Federal law and state law. Yeah. because they had legalized marijuana in certain states, yeah. But according to the federal law, it was still illegal. It was legal in state law, but it was illegal in federal law. So many a times you'd find that people who dealt in marijuana could not bank their cash money because the banks were not allowed to take proceeds of drugs, yeah. But here's the thing, as you have mentioned, there is a lot of money that the US has made from legalization of marijuana, and there are nothing but benefits on legalization of marijuana. Number one, I think you guys can tell I'm a very big proponent of legalization of marijuana. Not that I do marijuana, but I just see the legalization of it. It just makes more sense. It makes more sense economically because the government will make so much money from it, and it will reduce the amount of fake and generic marijuana in the streets. This has been a study that has been done in all of the states, all the countries where marijuana has been legalized. And as you guys have been seeing over there have been so many countries that have legalized marijuana from what's it called, from Canada to some parts of even the Middle East. Like, here's the thing: marijuana, when legalized, the government can impose taxes on it. Yeah, high taxes. So they'll definitely be making money
Which mostly,
from it.
mostly
Yeah,
they
yeah,
do impose very high
yes,
taxes. So unless
yes.
people involved in the production are doing so in large quantities, it doesn't make financial sense for them.
You definitely need to do it in large quantities. So we have people. So we have people paying a lot of taxes to the government because of marijuana. It will reduce the amount of the amount of fake marijuana out there because, Rahma, I don't know if you know this. Let me share a random fact with you. Did you know that it's literally impossible to overdose on marijuana? It's the only drug that you can't overdose on. Did you know that?
Is that clinically tested?
Yes, it is. For you to overdose and die from marijuana, you need to smoke 15,000 blunts within the span of, I think, 10 minutes. That's the only way that you can overdose on marijuana. Marijuana has so many benefits, even like medically, to the people who are going through chemotherapy and stuff like that, because it's an appetite booster. Some of you guys may know about something called munchies. When someone smokes some marijuana, they end up getting so hungry, like they want to eat something. And the side effects of chemotherapy is that they're basically flushing toxins through your body, so you lose a lot of your appetite, you get a lot of nausea and stuff like that. So marijuana really really helps with that, yeah. So so literally, if you ever hear someone dying of marijuana, that's generic marijuana. There's this marijuana that people grow. I mean, the synthetic marijuana, the one that people do in labs, the one that people put cocaine in, which I have never understood why. So if you legalize marijuana, you will find that there is a lot of reduction of synthetic and black market marijuana in the market, right? And here's the thing: there are so many people in prison serving sentences for marijuana that
Mhm.
should not be in prison. Honestly,
And most of them, it
honestly,
was just personal use, not
it
even
doesn't.
growing. I mean, there are other people who have been caught with plantations of marijuana, but most of them are caught with like small quantity marijuana just for personal use.
But you see, again, Drachma, here's the thing: alcohol is worse than marijuana. If you check out the studies, alcohol is worse than marijuana. Tobacco, the leading killer of people when it comes to drug intake is number one, cigarettes. Number two, alcohol. I mean,
That's
marijuana
true,
is
but
way
that's
down
not
there.
necessarily, yeah, that's true, but that's not necessarily how society has viewed it. So the way
But
it
that's
has
the
been
thing.
presented to people, it's been presented like it's the worst form of drugs that you can consume.
Rahma, if it is now acceptable for people to show their private parts on Twitter and promote their OnlyFans, I believe it is time for the society to change their fucking mindset, man. I mean, like, I don't get it, yeah? People are quick to say, oh, munavuta bangi, you are smoking marijuana, but many of them don't even know. They say, oh, mara will make you go mad. No, No, it won't.
But
No,
you
it
forget
won't.
that people who have access to this kind of information are the minority, are a very small number when you look at it from the bigger picture. And all these people who have the views of marijuana as being the worst form of drug that someone can be involved in are the majority who don't necessarily have access to all these things that we do have. So they can't know all of these things. So even if you try and explain to them, they will not understand. And also, it's a cultural thing. So it will
Nah, but
definitely take a lot of time.
I believe that times are really changing. Even if you see on social media, there's like legalization of marijuana in Kenya is now trending on Twitter because I mean times are changing. We really need to change things. There's no way, Rahma. There's no way you are going to tell me that alcohol is legal and even promoted in billboards and stuff like that. Yet marijuana is illegal. People are standing to make so much money from marijuana. So
But
much
the
money.
reality of it is that the possibility is close to nil that it will be
No,
legalized, honestly.
no, no. I actually believe that it might be legalized. I actually believe that
You
it
think
might.
so? I
Maybe
don't.
not
I
now.
don't.
Maybe not now, but in the next few years, I can almost guarantee that
I don't think it will be anytime
it will
soon.
be
I really
legalized.
don't think so.
I think it will.
I
I
don't
think
think
it will.
so.
I think it will,
For
Rahma.
for me, you remember when the president was asked about uh, LGBT issues during a CNN interview a few years back,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
he
yeah.
completely refused to answer. And I think he said something along the lines of, "Oh, our our culture does not subscribe to that, and where we are at as a nation, we have very many other important things to discuss, and this is not something of a priority to us." I think if it came to it and if he was asked, he'd probably say something like that. He'd probably give like
Rahma,
a generic answer like that.
our president himself does marijuana. I mean, have you ever
Allegedly.
seen it? I mean,
Allegedly.
I mean,
Allegedly.
have
I
you
mean, we're
ever
not going
seen
to
it?
have this podcast being banned, please. Allegedly.
I mean, have you seen how red his eyes are?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, allegedly.
Me, let me be as Kenyan as I can be. Me, I don't know.
Eh?
Me, I don't know.
I'm telling you, I honestly believe that marijuana might actually be legalized. I actually have a feeling there's science to back it up, Rahma.
Not
There's a
anytime
lot of
soon.
science to
Not
back it up.
anytime soon. There's a lot of politics that goes
I am actually
into it.
seeing it. I am actually seeing it in I am actually seeing it happening by there. And once it is legalized, Rahma, you and I are going to walk to a weed dispensary and buy marijuana for the first time for both of us and smoke some marijuana and record a podcast. That is what we are going to do, by the way.
Oh wow. No, 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 no. Stop giving our
we
audience ideas. Stop giving our audience ideas, guys. Smoking drugs or using drugs is really not good for health, so don't do any of that. We're not advocating for any of that.
except if it's marijuana. I
No,
mean, it is what
nothing.
it is.
Don't do anything, guys. Just don't
All
do
right,
anything.
guys, abstinence is cool. No, hold up.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
more
I,
like it.
I, I think I said that wrong. Anyway, guys, yeah, this is what I would say is the most random episode that we've ever recorded. This has been episode 15, is it?
Yes, 15.
Hey, this is 15 episodes in. Hey, yo, this has been episode 15 of the That's Haraam podcast with me, Kevin Gakere.
Ame Rahman Ramadan.
And I just want to throw it out that I do not smoke marijuana. I just have done intense studies on marijuana, seeing as how it is being legalized all around the world. I want to find out why exactly is it being legalized. This bangi that people speak so badly about. You know. Yeah, so guys, follow us on all our socials, check out all our platforms. And again, watch this space, guys. You know, we will keep saying this until it actually comes to fruition. We have put in a lot of money into this podcast. So there are big changes coming soon. Big changes coming soon. You guys just better watch this space.
Yeah,
Now,
and then let's remind guys, if you watch or listen to the podcast, when you're listening to the podcast or when you're watching our video, just take a screenshot and share it with us. Post it on your story. You can tag us. That's Haram Podcast on Instagram. Kevin Gakere on Instagram, right?
Yep.
And myself,
Yep.
Rahma.Ramadan on Instagram. And we'll definitely love it and we'll share it, we'll repost it, we'll do all that jazz with you. So thank you very much.
We will share it, we will print it, and we will photocopy it and print it onto t-shirts. We shall do all that you want us to do. We shall do all that we want to, all that you want us to do. We shall continue with the driving series with Rahman Ramadan. I shall keep you guys updated on that. I shall teach you how to reverse this time.
And I'll tell you guys if he's actually a good teacher or not. But as of now, it's up in the air.
Anyway, guys, we are out of the building. We shall see you guys next week on another episode of the That's So Haraam podcast. Peace. Oh yeah, people might not be thinking that I smoke marijuana, which is such a lie.
It's such a lie, right? Such a lie.
Such a lie. How dare they think that?
How? Why?